From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, June 13th, 2017. Silver is trading at $16.85 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,264 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 1.7 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $2,711. Antiwar.com reports with nearly complete results in, the Kosovo Albanian coalition, calling itself the War Wing, is claiming victory in the general election of the disputed state of Kosovo, claiming that they have amassed a convincing victory in the vote. NATO attacked Serbia in 1998 and 1999, and at the end of the war declared Kosovo to be a UN protectorate. Prior to that, Kosovo was part of Serbia, and the ethnic Serbs in northern Kosovo continued to oppose their independence, which was formally declared in 2008. Heavily backed by NATO, Kosovo's claim to independence is recognized by a lot of nations, but by no means all of them. Their government is dominated by ethnic Albanian factions from the southern part of Kosovo, groups which remain hostile towards neighboring Serbia, and have tried to militarily prevent the Kosovar Serbs from trading across the border. How long independent Kosovo remains is anyone's guess, however, as a number of Albanian factions, including some within Kosovo, envision the creation of a greater Albania, which would envelop Albania, Kosovo, and parts of neighboring countries with Albanian minorities. Indeed, it was just over a month and a half ago that Albanian Prime Minister Rama suggested Albania ought to unify by annexing Kosovo outright, a comment which fueled warnings by Serbia, which does not recognize Kosovar independence, that such a bid would lead to war. When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. UPI reports the newest member of the U.S. House of Representatives pled guilty on Monday to assaulting a reporter and must now undergo anger management counseling. Congressman-elect Greg Gianforte pled to a misdemeanor count of assault in Gallatin County, Montana court on Monday. The charge stemmed from a confrontation the then Republican candidate had with journalist Ben Jacobs on May 24th, the day before Montana held its special election to replace Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke in the state's at-large district. Gianforte said in court on Monday, "I grabbed his wrist, a scuffle ensued, and he was injured. It was not my intention to hurt him." The judge called Gianforte's actions totally unacceptable and sentenced him to a deferred 6-month sentence, 40 hours of community service, and 20 hours of anger management. If he complies with the terms of the sentence, he could have the charge dismissed later this year. An attorney for Gianforte said the congressman has paid Jacobs nearly $5,000 in restitution. Even with the controversy, Gianforte won the special election with 50% of the vote over Democrat Rob Quist and Libertarian Mark Wick on May 25th in the state's historically GOP at-large district. Gianforte will take office later this month. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports President Donald Trump suffered another legal setback on Monday as a second federal appeals court refused to revive his travel ban on people entering the United States from 6 Muslim-majority countries in a dispute headed to the U.S. Supreme Court. The San Francisco-based 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals used narrow grounds to reject the Trump administration's bid to undo a Hawaii federal court's decision blocking the temporary ban. It said the president's March 6th order violated existing immigration law, but the 3-judge panel did not address whether it was unconstitutional discrimination against Muslims. A second court, the Richmond, Virginia-backed 4th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, on May 25th upheld a Maryland judge's ruling that also blocked Trump's 90-day ban on travelers from Libya, Iran, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. The 9th Circuit Court largely left in place a nationwide injunction by Judge Derek Watson that stopped parts of the order, which Trump said was urgently needed to prevent terrorism in the United States. That ruling came in a lawsuit challenging the order brought by the state of Hawaii, which stated the ban would harm its universities and tourism industry. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.